Well, someone asked me this morning what the title is for the talk today, and I said I don't know. Pardon me? Oh, yes, she knew. Jackie knew. Yeah, how to handle your emotions. I choose these titles, and then like 2 months ahead. So then when I began working with it, well, I forget the title and I just work with what comes, So I couldn't honest to God answer, but now you know. So anyway, as I know that it's generally accepted now that most people do not become sick because of organic reasons, but more often than not, through their inability or through our inability to manage emotions. And I've given this a lot of thought on a personal level, of course, but also it's interesting because after I chose this title, I had occasion to speak with several people regarding this business of emotions and what kinds of problems they found themselves in by not taking a hold of emotions. So I want to, before I really start, is it too warm in here? Yes, it is. Pardon me? It's too cold. Move up front. It's very warm up here, honey. Move up front, really. Yeah, move up front if you're too, because I know a lot of people, hold up your hand if you're too warm. Okay, you guys move to the back. You people move to the front. Whatever. Whatever. I know. See, I can't judge this. The only way I can judge it is people shivering or they're fanning themselves. And because up here it's always very, very warm. Okay. I'll bring a sweater next time, Rita. Oh, okay. So anyway, many persons never achieve, achieve their success or achieve what they've set out to accomplish in life, their potential, in other words, because there's, so to speak, an emotional leak. And I've heard it say in the boiler. Okay, there's an emotional leak in the boiler. And so the great discovery, without which you can't go very far towards success living, is that if you become upset, and all of us have, I'm sure. I can't speak for you, but I can guess. I have times that I have been so upset, angry, that I don't think I had very good sense. Okay? However, when we become upset or disturbed over conditions or people, it is because we are really upsettable, so to speak, or we allow other people to take our power away from us, take who we are, what we are away from. We give it to the other person. And then we say, so-and-so made me so mad. Oh, really? How can anyone make you anything but what you are? Okay? How does that work? Okay? How does that work? So-and-so does not make us do anything. We allow that person to cause us to be angry, upset, whatever. So, sometimes if we become upset with another person or condition, whatever it is, they have we are upsettable. We are the ones that is disturbable. Okay? So the incident is external. What's going on is out here, but we have internalized it. We have taken it on, and so now it belongs to us until we know differently and can work through it and work with that to allow it to be removed from us, and that is a possibility. So we react to situations and to people emotionally. And you're completely reasonable for what your emotions are. It's okay if you want to become emotional. It's okay if you want to do a number on yourself. It's your journey, no one else's. But there is ways and means that you can look at a situation or be involved in a situation or with a person, whatever, and have control over the emotions. We are a thinking, feeling being. Yes, we do have emotions, but we are to take control of our emotions. I remember many, many years ago that I was going through a situation with a person. I don't know at that point that I was going through with it. I was mucking in it. I was in it. A situation with another person. All emotional. Now, I'm not a crier, but I want to tell you what. I allowed this other person to so take over my thinking processes that I was a mess. I was an emotional mess. Not knowing exactly what to do, and I was pretty new to Unity, I went down to the Detroit Unity Temple and talked with the minister. And he listened to my story of woe through tears and whatever. And what he said to me is, "You, my dear, have forgotten that you are a thinking, feeling person, not just all emotion. You have emotions, but you can control the emotions. You're a thinking, feeling person." And when we know and we begin developing our thinking faculty with our feeling faculty, we have control over our emotions. They don't run away with us. They do not run away with us. Because when they run away with us, it's a one-way street. It does havoc on the body temple, and it does not stay in one area. Emotions have a way, the feelings that we carry within us have a way to spread. If we are driving a car and we're all emotional, what happens? The first person that pulls out in front of us, we may lose our religion. Or better yet, we want to smack into them or do something crazy. It's craziness. It's craziness. Okay? So anyway, as I said, this is not to suggest that emotions should be shackled or destroyed, but take control over them. That's what I'm suggesting. Take control over your emotions. You're an emotional creature as surely as you are a mental, okay, and a physical creature. Yes, a creature in God. However, God gave us dominion. God gave us dominion, not over anybody else or anything else, but over what we think, what we feel, how we react. And always and always and always, we keep the outer, what's going on in the outer, out there. We don't internalize. When we internalize, then we're way off base. Way off base. We can look at a situation, look at a person, and say, yes, there is something that needs to be worked out here. And I can work it out without beating his or her head or beating mine or whatever. Okay? There is an orderly way. You're never at the mercy. We are never at the mercy of things that happen around us. Okay? We're never at that mercy unless we allow that to happen. And so often here, you may get tired of me saying this, but too bad, that we were given God gave us dominion. And sometimes we forget to say no to a thought that's coming to us that we don't want to internalize. Or an idea, or someone out here is saying something or doing something. We don't need to take it in. We can if we want to, as I said. We can say no. So sometimes we get the yes and the no mixed up. And Jesus Christ said, let all your words be yea, yea, nay, nay. In other words, we have opportunities so often in our life experience to say no to that which we do not want to become a part of our awareness, our consciousness, and say yes to that which we do want to become, for us to become aware of, or to experience, or to live through. So anyway, spiritual being in your life is lived from within out, not from out here in. We live from within out, from the within to the without, okay? From center to circumference. That's our life. That's the way we were created. And we sometimes get that kind of goofed up, mixed up. So you have control over your mind and emotions, and you should have. And if you don't, then think about it. Really think into this. You know, the winds may blow, and they're not always the way we would have them to blow, okay? But you know the old saying that says, "'Tis the set of the sails and not the gales that determine the way to go." Okay? It's where we are. How are we situated? There are two ways in which most problems are met. Excuse me. To outwardly rebel and raise Cain. Okay. Fight back. Eye for an eye, for a tooth for a tooth. Give them a piece of your mind, and usually we do give them. When we give a piece of our mind, we give them the peace, P-E-A-C-E, of our mind, because then we're all in a flutter, And it goes on and on and on and on. And as I said before, it has an effect not only in our body temple, but also those around us. I'm sure you, as I have, many times been somewhere, and you knew when you spoke to the person that they were not at peace. There was a turmoil going on. Okay? You didn't know what it was, but it was there. And in a very real way, it could, if you internalize it, could affect you. Okay? Could affect you. So that's one way where we can, and then that way to fight back and to whatever. Now, this is not to say, please understand me, this is not to say that if someone is doing us an injustice that we don't say to them, I don't approve of this. I do not approve of this. Or, as I said many times here, if someone's stepping on your toe, don't smile sweetly and say, well, I'm a truth student and I can't say, get off my toe, because I'm a truth student and I'm supposed to be loving and kind and understanding. No. You can say very clearly, excuse me, but you're stepping on my toe. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You take dominion over you, not them. Taking dominion over you, you say, you're stepping on my toe. Please get off. Please move. Okay? So the second way, the first way is, like I said, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I'm going to get even with you. Don't, on and on and on and on and on. The second way is that we rebel inwardly. We may not say a word, but we churn. Have you ever churned inside? You know what I'm talking about? You just kind of, oh, gosh. Okay? And it churns, and it churns, and it churns. Okay? Do nothing in the outer. Do nothing in the outer. Okay? Person still is on our toe. We do nothing in the outer, but we're just, You know what I'm talking about? To think dark thoughts, and then we keep them bottled up. And then before long, we have a great emotional problem. A great emotional problem. Okay. We have at New Year's or around New Year's, we have the writing out of things that we want to release. And this is one of the reasons why we have that. Because we as people have a tendency to carry with us hurts, confusions, whatever, on and on and on. And this gives us an opportunity to put it on. Now, you don't have to wait until New Year's to do it, for heaven's sakes. Put it on paper, throw it away, burn it, get rid of it. Bring it from here and here, out here, release it. Release it. Very therapeutic, very therapeutic. So then, Jesus offered yet another, the third way of coping, of working through. And he said, turn the other cheek. Now, again, this does not mean that you allow people to mistreat you in any way, shape, or form. He's referring to the act of turning to the Christ within us, that presence and power of God within us. Okay? And really see that there is this Christ that represents love and that represents understanding and non-resistance. It really means thinking of what you want to think and not allow the other person to cause you to think in an ugly way, in a bad way. Many, many, many personal healings have come about by releasing the hurts and the confusions and the anxieties and the pain and the whatever. And sometimes when people have gone through a divorce, they carry from the old, from their exes, so to speak, a lot of bad memories that they carry with them. They just might as well be still married to the person, okay? Because they're still living with them up here. They haven't found their freedom at all. Still living with them right up here. And so if we don't want to do that. Whether it's a divorce, it doesn't matter. Sometimes they're employment. We've left employment. And there was bad feelings about it. We go and apply someplace else. Guess what? Because we hold that within, 9 chances out of 10, our next place of employment will have basically the same problem as what we left. Okay? Different face, different environment, different whatever, but there's an underlying, because we have carried it in our consciousness. In our emotions, we have not released. We have not healed it. Okay? And we're capable of doing that. Capable. So, you may have referred to someone, or maybe even yourself, I'm moody, or someone is moody. Yeah, sure, people are moody. People are moody. Or even maybe you've excused because they're moody, okay, the actions. But everyone is moody. Yeah, there's times, we think, I don't know if I was moody yesterday or not, but I was all ready to come back to church and do whatever last Sunday, and yesterday, girlfriend was coming to my house to cut my hair. And so she called me, I don't know, about 9 o'clock, and she said, I'll be over about noon. She's not an early riser. In fact, I said, wow, you're up early. And she said, well, I was coming over to cut your hair at noon. I said, okay. She said, are you up? And I said, oh, yeah, I've been up since 6. But I haven't done much. I've had my coffee, I've fed my kitty, and I've had my meditation. But I just wanted to sit, okay? Have you ever wanted to do that? You weren't ill or anything. You just wanted to, I don't want to do anything. I just want to be. I don't know if that's moody or not, but I don't get like that very often. But that's the way I was yesterday until I I took a shower, and then it was 11 o'clock before I really got moving. Now, I was not ill. I wasn't anything. I was just, don't bother me. I just want to be, okay? Good thing I only live with my kitty cat, because she doesn't care. She comes up and curls up in my lap. She loves me. But anyway, so, The point is here that you never need to let other people determine how you are going to act or what kind, how you're going to respond. You have that. I frequently say to people, ask that indwelling presence speak through me. Now, this isn't fairy-airy kind of stuff, okay? Speak through me. Let me know how I'm to respond here, okay? And that presence, that loving presence within you, you'll hear yourself saying something that your human mind would never have come up with, would never have thought of, okay? Something from deep within. That something is God's presence deep within would come through. So you're not able, you don't change people. We all know that, I'm sure. We can't change people or the world around us, but we can take control of what's happening in us. That's where it's all at. What is going on within me? What is happening within me? How am I responding? How am I living every day? What is the self-talk that's going on? Okay? What's going on within me, that self-talk? And we know that there's always self-talk going on, okay? And if we look very closely, sometimes we find there's self-talk going on in us to someone or about something that has happened way back when. Think, wait a minute. Bless it. Leave it. Let it go. It's back there. You can't do anything about it. Let it go. Okay? But pay attention. Self-talk. What is that? Who's it? Who are you talking about or talking to? Whatever. We live life more abundantly when we know that we have control over these things. When I went down to the Detroit Unity Temple, as I mentioned earlier, many years ago, and the minister said to me, and I will always remember this, and don't think for a minute that I have not had many opportunities to want to shake somebody's head off. I have. However, this comes to mind so often, more often than what maybe I want to admit, but we're all friends here, right? Anyway, he said to me, no one or nothing can push or pull me around, not even my own thoughts and feelings. No one or nothing can push or pull me around, not even my own thoughts and feelings. So that is the release, okay? I am master of my thoughts, my feelings. Not you, not anybody else. Me. So we are a thinking, feeling being, not just a person with mood, a moody person. I found something the other day, and I'm always I do a lot of reading, as you might guess. And this little story is, and I'd like to share it with you. It was out of the Science of Mind magazine, which I get, and it is "In Everything Give Thanks." This is "Thank you for visiting." I recently read a story about a group of monks who were meditating in the jungle. As they sat serenely meditating, they heard movement on the path in front of them, and they opened their eyes to see a huge king cobra coming up the path towards them. King cobras are called king for a reason. They're huge, typically 9 to 13 feet long, even though they mostly eat more snakes and generally avoid humans. If they are provoked, they become aggressive. Well, aggravated too, I guess. As this particular snake came toward them, several of the monks became frightened. The cobra stopped directly in front of the monk's leader and rose vertically into an attack stance while hissing. And I couldn't help but think of if we could relate that this cobra could be someone that we're having problems with. Okay? The monks, of course, became frightened, and the cobra went into an attack stance while hissing. The leader calmly lifted his hand and slowly reached over to the snake, patting it on the head, and said, "Thank you for coming to visit us." The snake then slunk to the ground and slithered away. I've had several people in my life show up as king cobras. They usually looked very threatening and sometimes even hissed as they interacted with me. I've learned, though, that the best option for dealing with these people is to say, "Thank you for visiting me," and to mean it. When we allow people to be who they are and let them move through our life, without engaging, we too can be as serene as the meditating monks. So, let's take a moment. We take this moment, and I invite you again to perhaps if you're working through, and I did say through, a situation with someone, if you're comfortable, and always here, if you're comfortable, allow that person to come to your conscious mind. Come to your consciousness now. And if you're able, perhaps you can say, "I'm grateful for the lesson that I'm learning because of our relationship. I am learning such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lesson. And I'm grateful to you that you've been in my life, and we have come to the point where I can release you and say thank you for the lessons that I've learned. You have a divine purpose, as I do. So I lovingly release you to your divine purpose as I go about mine. We're both free with the freedom of spirit. I release any anxiety, fear, feelings of hatred, confusion. And I say, thank you, Father, for being here, being with me, being with us in total love. We are indeed grateful. Thank you, God. So it is.